What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to part 3 of unreleased items in Multiverses, or unreleased cosmetics, if you will. Yes, this is part 3. If you want to check out part 1 and 2, I should have a link down in the description. Check that out after this video, or there should be something at the end screen of this video that will take you right into part 1 or 2, depending on which one you want to click on. But the point is, we got some unreleased items, so let's take a look at them. So up first is actually, now that I think about it, the first 3 items we could group into the same category because, well, they are all a part of the same category, and that is unreleased character taunts. So up first, for my guy, Rick Sanchez, he has the Rick Shake, the Rick Dance, the Rick Roll, if you, I don't know, but Rick does have an unreleased one. This is something I personally would buy because he's my main character. So one of my hopes for the game when it comes back is that every character on the roster has at least one new taunt and at least one new costume the day the game comes back, and then of course release more after that. But you know, something new for every single character would be perfect. This is something I would buy. And speaking of buying, who's buying Gleamium day one? I'm buying $100 worth of Gleamium day one once Multiversus comes back, no doubt. Next character taunt that's unreleased goes to Velma, of all characters. Yes, Velma does this. She pulls out a book and starts reading. Very, very fitting of her character. Yeah, at first I thought this might have been like her default animation, you know, like when you're not moving. No, that's just her tapping her foot. So this is an actual taunt. But, I don't know, Velma's not a character that I care about too much, so this is not something I would personally buy. Maybe if I just have leftover Gleamium and I want to hoard every single item in the game, then I'll buy it. But in the meantime, this does exist, but not officially, but it does exist. So maybe it comes back in the game. Maybe they rework it. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Either way, it was unreleased, so we'll have to see if it does come into the game at some point. Next up, the final unreleased character taunt goes to Finn. Any guesses? Any guesses for what his taunt might be? I don't know why you'd be guessing. I'm just supposed to show you. So here it is. Finn pounding his chest. Now, why am I not showing a video clip? Because I can't find any. So how do we know this image of Finn pounding his chest is for an unreleased taunt? Because the image is actually in the game files under taunts. So Finn pounding his chest. Pretty simple, right? Can we imagine what that looks like in game?
No.
Who said no? How can you not? Fine, if you can't imagine it, here's a quick clip. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Finn pounds his chest. This is like one of those perfect taunts when you absolutely body one of your opponents, when you clip on them or hit the game-winning maneuver. I don't know, whatever it is, you just show off in game. This is the perfect one to pull out. You stick your chest out a little bit more, and you just pound on it. Oh, perfect. Like I dabble with Finn from time to time, so this is something I would definitely buy myself. Now let's move on to the next 3 items, which are all under the same category, ring out effects. So up first, this one is called, or I called it, I don't know, it's called Candy Explosion. That might be the official name of it, or maybe I came up with it, I don't know. Either way, you can kind of see it. Yeah, opinions, it's not really my cup of tea. Maybe it's your cup of tea, I don't know. Everyone drinks different cups of tea, different flavors of tea, right? Except me, I've actually never drank a cup of tea a day in my life. That's a fun fact. Nobody cared, nobody asked, but I wanted to share because I've heard sharing is caring, but that's probably not what they had in mind. Either way, Candy Explosion is a ring out that exists, so we'll have to see if it comes back into the game at some point. Next ring out that has never been released is called Vibrant Energy. Now this one's just like very slow and sort of mellow. Nothing crazy to it. It's just kind of a slow moving, like, yeah, here's like a little white energy cloud or something that kind of comes up, does like a tiny bit of a spin or a twirl or like a twist. Nothing too chaotic, just kind of relaxing. So if that's sort of your vibe, you know, you get a KO on the opponent and you're just like, you know, let's just chill with it. This would be perfect for you. Not something I would use myself. I like a little bit more flashy in terms of ring out, so we'll see what they got in store. But Vibrant Energy does exist officially, but not officially because it's unreleased. And the final ring out that we're gonna go over is called PFG Arrival. Now I only have this image, so here's my guess. it's called PFG Arrival, right? But as you can see in the image, it's the PFG guy. So maybe this ring out is actually player first guy Arrival. As you can see, he's standing on like this cloud. So maybe that's the ring out. The player first guy comes zooming on this cloud once you get the ring out, and we can kind of imagine the animation from there, right? So this would be kind of a cool one. And to anybody that thinks I might be confusing this with the player first games, I think it's just called PFG Multiversus ring out. That one, this one, here's the quick image. That one is the one you were able to purchase from the premium founders pack. So that one's like a legendary rarity. So yeah, that one you actually had to buy. But the point is there are two different PFG ring outs. One called PFG Multiversus, like we just mentioned, the founders pack one, and then PFG Arrival. And how do we know that this is a ring out? Well, you can actually see it for yourself in game. Not the actual animation, but if you go to the lab and you like equip your own ring out effect, this is actually under your own ring outs. It's under the list of all of them that you can choose from. But if you equip it, you end up seeing like a default ring out animation. So we know it's a ring out, we just don't know what it looks like. And then last but not least for the video, the last unreleased item in the game that we know exists is actually an unreleased announcers pack. And it's for Fern. Yeah, Fern has an unreleased announcer pack. So we'll have to see how this all plays out, but we can imagine the timing that this would come out. But how do we know that this exists? I don't have any clips, but a little bit of information. This announcer pack kind of was like kind of glitched a little bit. There was Fern's announcer voice lines could be heard at some point when you purchase the BMO voice lines or the announcer pack. There was a little bit of a glitch. You could hear the Fern announcer pack lines instead, and it exists. So at some point this should be released along with Fern. So we'll get there when we get there, but you know, it exists. I'm sure many more other ring outs are gonna, or ring outs, character taunts, announcer packs are gonna be well released once the game comes out. But anybody that makes it this far into the video, one question: out of all the things that were shown in this video, would you buy any of them? I think I'd buy a couple of them. I would definitely get the Rick, the Finn, and then probably the PFG Arrival, and probably the Fern announcer. I'd actually get quite a few of these. But would you buy any of these if you had the Gleamium for it? Let me know down in the comments. That is it for this one. Hope you all enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.